The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really great about Episode 9 is that we are now only 6 months away from the release of this movie. In fact, we are just under 6 months away from the release of this film. And with each and every week that passes by, we are only getting closer to the upcoming trailer 2 of The Rise of Skywalker that will allow fans to get a better idea, a better sense, if you will, of the overall tone of this movie and exactly where J.J. Abrams is bringing the fans for the final installment of the sequel trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting, of course, for the character of Rey, Rey's father, and even Darth Sidious. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey entering of what's described to be a large metallic door that is described to be built into a large canyon on an unknown world that is said to be the home of Rey's father. It's described that eventually Rey travels down to the basement where she discovers many of her father's belongings from the past, such as Jedi and Sith relics / artifacts. It's said that one of the sequences involves Rey walking over to a hollow projector and activating it, where she is said to witness a hologram of her father handing over some kind of ancient device to Darth Sidious. It's described that Rey's father, while he was an asset to the Empire before he rebelled, he was actually helping Darth Sidious find the location of the planet that the Dark Acolytes were on, that held the secret to eternal life and new force powers connected to the origins of the dark side. Additionally, one of the other holograms of Rey's father and his connection to Palpatine comes to a point where he expresses his concern on a personal message of the terrible things that he has done for Sidious. This segment was described to have been recorded when Rey's father was in hiding from the Empire. It's said that it was Rey's father who discovered the route to the beyond and location of the Dark Acolytes that were handed over to Sidious. However, her father kept one thing secret, an unknown star system in the unknown regions that holds a race full of potential individuals with the power to become a new generation of Jedi. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 really is going to have a lot of parallels, not just to the originals and the prequels, but other forms of the Star Wars canon material. I don't know about you guys, but this seems very familiar and or similar to how the whole entire Jyn Erso and Galen Erso dynamic was used in Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, how Galen was helping the Empire build the Death Star, and he eventually rebelled. Now in this scenario, we have Rey's father, who is somehow connected to the Church of the Force and all these different things, where he, before all of that, was connected to the Empire and was an asset to them, and even helped out Darth Sidious personally, face to face, and even gave him the routes over to the Beyond. That was the location of the Acolytes of the Beyond, and one of the Dark Acolytes knew the secret to eternal life. Now, we do know that the spirit of Sidious is going to play a major role in the second and or third act of the film, from what we have been going over for a couple of months now. And what's really exciting about this is that, yes, we do know that Rey's parents are going to be a main focus in the second and third act of the movies, but we do know that Episode 9 and Episode 8, it was hinting at Rey's parents being either nobodies or somebody of, or people of, you know, very much importance, because we do know that in The Last Jedi, it was pretty much established that they were nobodies by director Rian Johnson. In Episode 7, we do know that J.J. Abrams, the director and writer of the film, wanted to do something very special for Rey's parents, so I'm still led to believe that her quote-unquote parents aren't necessarily her blood parents per se, but that there is some kind of connection there between her parents and exactly how Rey was created and or brought into this world. So let's go over the other piece that really does stand out to me a lot here, is that one of the other hologram messages that are being sent out indirectly to Rey, because this is a moment in the past that she is playing, is that he is hiding a hyperspace route to the unknown regions, which is a location over in one of the star systems that holds a whole entire race full of individuals with the potential to become a new generation of Jedi. This almost seems like that it's going to be Disney's newer version of the planet Ossus on the big screen. In Dark Empire, Ossus was indeed a big focus of the new Jedi coming into fruition, and how Darth Sidious had a great interest in all of that. So you could really see what they're trying to do by digging into Legends material from Dark Empire and applying all of that into Episode 9. So what do I think about this big connection between Rey's father and Darth Sidious? Well, it seems to make a lot more sense now, because if you guys do in fact go over and listen to the Force Awakens Force Back vision sequence, as the corridors of Cloud City are collapsing, you do hear a scream that is very similar to that of Darth Sidious if you listen very carefully. But I digress. You know, what's really great about this is that we do know that Palpatine has a large presence in this movie by Ian McDiarmid himself. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.